Hi guys! So I am looking like Moana. This look is very summer inspired. As you can see, there's this sort of fake flush from the sun or like sunburn. We have some fake freckles on. I paired it with Moana hair. So if you want to know how to achieve this look, how to get freckles and fake tan, fake sunburn without having to go out in the sun, then please keep on watching. So since I'm going to be using a dewy finish foundation, I'm going to be using a primer that reduces the size of your pores. I'm going to be using Dermalogica's Hydrablur primer. This is actually one of my favorite primers. So I'm just gonna really rub that in so it fills my pores. So for brows, I'm going to be using this new eyebrow pencil from Happy Skin, and it's called the I Love View 2 Microtip eyebrow pencil and spoolie duo. So I can really create natural looking brows. So I usually like to extend this part because I feel like it's a bit thin. And then with a concealer, I'm just gonna carve out my brows a bit. Just because they are so bushy at the moment. And this will really just help you perfect the shape of your brows and make them look a bit more put together. Then you can see where you need to like add a bit more strokes. And I'll go back to my brows later. But for now, that's the brows done. As an eyeshadow base, I'm just gonna be using the same concealer I'm gonna use later on. That's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Just a bit. I'm just gonna blend this with my finger. Then I'm gonna set that with translucent powder, just so that our eyeshadows blend in better. So for eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Happy Skin Glam Squad eyeshadow duo. So what we have here is a natural orangey nude shade and a nice soft brown. So just taking a fluffy brush on the orangey nude shade. Super duper easy. I'm just gonna wash that over my entire lid up to my crease. And then I'm gonna dip in the brown and just lightly define my crease. Nothing too technical. It's really just deepening where your socket already is. You just want it to look super effortless. Didn't take you too much time. So once your eyeshadow part is done, we can already start with the actual base. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation, and this is like the most skin-like dewy finish foundation I have. It's so natural and it doesn't actually work best with a sponge. I find that it works best with like a buffing brush. So I'm just gonna apply that all over my skin. And I think the shade I have is a bit light for me now since I'm so tan. But it's okay. We can fix that later. And once I'm done buffing that in, then we're gonna take the same concealer we used as an eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna get rid of my dark circles. And that's also gonna brighten this area. And you can also brighten the center of your forehead, a bit in your chin. I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender to blend that in. What's nice is you can use the concealer to clean out the edge. Okay, so even if this is a summery tutorial, I'm still gonna kind of bake my under eyes a bit just because I'm so oily and I don't mind putting a lot of powder under my eyes. So I'm just taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder and I'm gonna semi-bake under my eyes. Just really pressing that powder in. Then I'll push that here in my forehead as well and in my chin. So next, let's finish off the eyes. The first thing you want to do is curl your lashes and add generous coats of mascara. The mascara I'm using today is by Happy Skin and it's called At Long Lash. And what's unique about this is that, guys, look, it has no bristles. And at first I was like, but it's so amazing and it really works well because you can get really close to the base of your lashes. Like here, I'll show you. so it kind of looks like you're wearing eyeliner. So that's the after. This is the before. And you can see my lashes look just so much more full, and it looks like I'm wearing eyeliner. So while that's drying, I'm gonna prepare the falsies I'm gonna use. And my tip is always to curl your lashes right before you pop on your falsie. So just use tweezers, drop them in the center, and connect the sides. Now that the falsies are on, the next thing we're going to do is work on the lower lash line. And for that, I'm just going to take a pencil brush. So I'm just going to mix the brown and the orangey shade. And I'm just going to run that on my lower lash line. And I'm going to bring that down a little low, just because I like the way it looks. So once the eyeshadow is on your lower lashes, I'm just going to apply a lot of mascara on my lower lashes because it's really gonna make a difference. Now that we're done with the eyes, we're gonna finish off all the face makeup before we put on the fake freckles. So we're gonna need bronzer to kind of fake that sun-kissed glow. Well, in my case, I'm a little on the tanner side now because I just came from the beach, but I like to enhance it anyway. And for that, my favorite bronzer is the Chanel Soleil de Tan. And I'm just gonna use a flat brush like this. I'm not gonna be like contouring with it, but I'm gonna make it hit all the spots that the sun would hit me. So starting off here, and I'm really gonna work that in my hairline. And here, it's like in between applying bronzer and contouring. So I'm not exactly putting it where I would normally contour. I'm kind of giving my entire cheek this bronze glow. So you can see that's adding a lot more color into my face. And you also wanna hit your nose because that part gets dark when you're under the sun. Then after that, we're gonna be using a blush to kind of mimic sunburn. This is the Ochoa Cosmetics blush in the shade Rendezvous. And it's really like a red-orange. So the difference when we're copying sunburn blush is that you want it to be the heaviest around this area, and then it's kind of gonna radiate downwards because that's how the sun would hit you. Just don't be afraid, put the blush there and then blend it down. And super important, you wanna put some in the center of your nose because that's what will really make it look like sunburn. And next, we're gonna move on to the fun part, the fake freckles. Okay, so what you're gonna need is mixing liquid or mixing medium. And you're gonna need a container, or in my case, I just use this palette, and a toothbrush. It's gonna be so easy, guys. So what I do is just pour a little bit of the mixing medium. And then you're gonna take any brown eyeshadow you have that would look nice if you were to turn it into freckles, and you're gonna scrape some of it. So I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge, and once you scrape it, you wanna put it in your palette, all the stuff you scrape. So right now I have the mixing liquid and brown eyeshadow on this. And lastly, you wanna take a gold eyeshadow. Anything you have will be fine. I'm using the Pat McGrath gold pigment. And you're gonna scrape a bit of this too. Then you wanna mix that with your mixture because real freckles kind of have this reflective thing going on. So we add a little gold. And you're gonna take the toothbrush and mix everything. And once your toothbrush has all that brown pigment in it, I'm gonna zoom in even more. What you're gonna do is run your nail through the toothbrush and kind of randomly put on the freckles. And if it gets too low, no big deal. Just like lightly brush it while it's still wet. And the reason it's nice to use a toothbrush is because it makes it look more organic and random. And you want to go near and then you go a little further away just so that they're different sizes. Then the next thing you want to do is take the brush you used to apply your blush and just go over the freckles a bit. Not enough to rub them off, Just enough to look like you have freckles and you put makeup over them. And then I'm gonna go back with that Happy Skin eyebrow pencil I used. And I manually draw the bigger freckles. I like to draw a lot by my nose. And you wanna like pat them after you draw them, just so that they're not so harsh. Then I have another eyebrow pencil from Benefit. This one's a bit warmer than the Happy Skin one, so I'm gonna draw some more. And don't evenly space out your freckles because that's what will give them away. Just make sure they're super random. Don't even think about where you're putting them. Once you're happy with how much or how little freckles you put, we're just gonna finish off the brows. Benefit's Ready Set Brow. It's a clear brow gel, but the hold is so good. I'll show you. So what I do is I brush this beginning part up and everything else follows. Then right as this is about to dry, I dip again and really make sure it's standing. Like it gets stiff, but it doesn't look stiff. This is my dream brow. And lastly, for the lips, you can go whichever direction you want. You could go like a fiery orange or maybe a bright pink or red. But personally, I decided to just go quite nude for this because I really wanted the focus to be this whole cheek freckle area. This is Malibu from Kylie Cosmetics. Just using the lip liner first. And I'm gonna overline my upper lip just so that it's as fat as my lower lip. Then I'm gonna take the liquid lipstick over that. And the final step is sea salt spray. So this one is it's by OGX. I just found this in the department store and it works really well. Take your hair. I actually used the iron that looks like a crimper, and what I'm gonna do is just enhance the waves and just spray, and you wanna just smoosh your hair. And I swear sea salt spray works so well. So this is the finished look. For those of you who were looking for an easy fake freckle tutorial, a summer look, something that looks bronzy, sun-kissed and tan, then I hope you did enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys in my next video.